Voiceover script. Princess Leonor 2025 fans shocked by her bold wedding decision. They said it would be traditional, grand, predictable. But what Princess Leonor did in 2025 left even the royal family speechless. No one saw it coming. Not Spain, not Denmark, not even her father, King Felipe. Because this time, the future queen made a choice that changed everything. When the world first heard whispers of Princess Leonor's wedding plans, most imagined the same royal fairy tale, a cathedral, a crown, and a carefully arranged union of kingdoms. But Leonor had something else in mind. Something far from scripted. Something her parents tried to stop. The first signs of tension appeared quietly. In January 2025, Spanish tabloids noticed that the crown princess had reduced her public engagements, fewer appearances, more time in private. The palace claimed she was focusing on her studies. But insiders said otherwise. Behind closed doors, Leonor was making a decision that defied royal expectation. For months, her team and family tried to guide her toward a diplomatic marriage. A union that would strengthen Spain's image and maintain centuries of royal tradition. But Leonor had already chosen love, not politics. And her choice shocked everyone. Her relationship with Prince Christian of Denmark had long been the subject of speculation, a friendship turned quiet affection since their academy days. At first, it was harmless. Two heirs meeting at royal gatherings, sharing polite smiles. But something deeper grew between them. Letters turned into visits. Visits into secret weekends. And by the start of 2025, that friendship had become something undeniable. Still, what startled the world was not the love itself, but how Leonor decided to express it. Against every protocol, she refused the traditional state wedding her advisors had planned. No grand cathedral, no lavish parade, no scripted vows for the cameras. Leonor wanted intimacy, authenticity, truth. And that meant choosing a wedding so simple, so deeply personal, it stunned the monarchy. According to palace insiders, she told her parents in February, "If I must marry, I will do it my way, or not at all." The words shook the House of Bourbon to its core. King Felipe, though proud of his daughter's determination, feared the consequences. He knew the Spanish press would erupt. He knew the Danish court might hesitate. But Leonor's mother, Queen Letizia, understood her daughter's heart. She saw in Leonor the same strength, the same quiet fire, that once drew her away from journalism and into royal life. By March, rumors spread that the young princess was planning something unprecedented, a private ceremony, away from Madrid, without foreign dignitaries or cameras. Many thought it impossible. But then, confirmation came from the palace. Princess Leonor's wedding would indeed break royal tradition. The date was set for late spring 2025. And the world watched in disbelief. From the moment Leonor arrived at the chosen venue, a secluded historical chapel near Oviedo, it was clear this was not a spectacle. It was a statement. No tiaras, no diamond veil. Just a simple ivory gown, lace-trimmed sleeves, and a bouquet of white wildflowers from her childhood garden. Only 50 guests were present. No red carpet, no trumpets, just family, close friends, and the quiet hum of emotion filling the room. King Felipe was visibly moved, his eyes wet as he walked his daughter down the aisle. Observers said he whispered something as he handed her to Christian, words no microphones could capture. But those who saw it described a father surrendering not just his daughter's hand, but the weight of tradition itself. As Leonor and Christian exchanged vows, their voices trembled, not from fear, but from the gravity of the moment. Two young royals, heirs to different thrones, defying centuries of protocol in the name of love. It was more than a wedding. It was a declaration. When the ceremony ended, there was no balcony kiss before thousands. No fireworks. Just a quiet embrace beneath the chapel's old oak doors. A new beginning, raw, real, unpolished. But what followed was even more surprising. Spain reacted with mixed emotions. Some praised her courage, calling her the modern queen Spain needs. Others accused her of abandoning duty, of betraying royal image. Yet Leonor remained calm. She released a statement days later. "A crown means nothing if it cannot coexist with the heart. I will serve my country better by living truthfully." Those words sent ripples through Europe's monarchies. Because for the first time in decades, a royal heir had openly placed love above lineage. The Danish court, though cautious, expressed warm support. Queen Mary reportedly said privately, Leonor reminds me of my younger self, unafraid to love across boundaries. And Christian, ever poised and gentle, told reporters, we're not rewriting history. We're simply living ours. But behind those calm words lay months of struggle. Before the wedding, Leonor had faced resistance from within her own palace. Some advisors warned her that marrying without royal pomp could weaken Spain's international standing. Others feared comparisons to Queen Letizia's own controversial entrance into royal life. Yet Leonor didn't yield. Her friends later shared that she once said, "I don't want to be remembered as the perfect queen. I want to be remembered as the honest one." That conviction carried her through the storm. And the world couldn't look away. News outlets from London to Copenhagen ran headlines like, "The rebel princess who changed the royal game." Social media exploded with admiration and disbelief. Fans called her decision the most human act a royal has ever made. In the weeks that followed, something extraordinary happened. Spain's younger generation, once indifferent to the monarchy, began to see Leonor differently. Not as a distant figure of privilege, but as a woman of conscience and conviction. Even those who once criticized her found themselves inspired. Her story transcended royalty. It became about identity, courage, and the power of personal choice. And yet, not everything was smooth. Political voices used her decision as ammunition. Debates arose in parliament over the balance between royal tradition and modernization. But through it all, Leonor remained composed. She attended engagements with the same grace, the same quiet confidence that had defined her since childhood. In private, sources say she and Christian settled into a modest rhythm, between Madrid and Copenhagen, between duty and love. Their union became a symbol of renewal, a fusion of old Europe and new ideals. Months after the ceremony, King Felipe reportedly told close friends, "I lost the daughter of tradition but gained the queen of tomorrow." It was perhaps the highest compliment he could give. Because Leonor's decision wasn't just bold. It was visionary. It reminded Spain, and the world, that monarchy must evolve, or fade. As 2025 drew on, Leonor's marriage began to be seen not as rebellion, but as rebirth. She continued her royal duties, side by side with Christian, proving that love and leadership can coexist. Her confidence grew, her speeches deepened, and her people began to believe again, not in fairy tales, but in authenticity. By the year's end, opinion polls showed a rise in support for the monarchy, especially among the youth. Historians began calling her choice the Oviedo moment, the turning point where tradition met truth. Today, when people recall that wedding, quiet, sacred, far from the cameras, they remember the feeling it left behind. Not glitter, not power, but something far greater. The courage of a young woman to rewrite what royalty means. Princess Leonor's bold wedding decision in 2025 wasn't about breaking rules. It was about building a bridge between history and humanity. And in doing so, she didn't just become Spain's future queen. She became its beating heart.